One of the problems with large language models is that they often don't have access to up-to-date information. In today's video, I'm going to show you how with just a little bit of code, you can connect a large language model to the internet to get better results. So first, I want to show you the package that we're using. This is phasellm. It's an open sourced project, and the version is 0.0.13. Here's the repository if you're interested and you want to check it out. And let's get on to the demo. So we're going to ask about a news article. What's the latest news in Canada today? So describe the latest news in Canada today. And this is going to take a bit of time because what it's doing behind the scenes is that it's formulating a query based on all the conversation so far, which in this case is just the first question we've asked. And then it's going to search Google with that query and scrape the top results, and then insert that into the context, and then finally answer our question that we just posed. And hopefully it will give us better results than if we had not done that. So here we go. Here's a summary of the latest news in Canada today based on the search results. And we've got Prime Minister Trudeau announced that Canada will more than double its military presence in Latvia. And a few other things. I'm not going to go through them all, but the most important part is that we can check the source. So we see the source here is ctvnews.ca. So let's click into it and see if we can find any of those things referenced. And so we do see here, Trudeau says Canada will more than double military presence in Latvia. Is that right? Is that what we saw? Yes, that's what we saw. So I'm not sure about all these other things, but you could verify that yourself if you'd want. And so that's the demo. I'm going to take you into the code now so you can see exactly what it's doing. So let's see here. So let's start from the top. We've got a simple Flask app set up with just one endpoint where we submit our query. It's using 3 different classes from the phasellm library. So the first one is the Claude wrapper. The reason we're using that is because the Claude model from Anthropic has a very large context window, so it can fit all the news articles that we scrape into the context. Next, we have the chatbot, which just maintains all of the messages in the chat. So if we were to type more and more, it would maintain all that context for us. And it provides a general interface that you can use with a bunch of different models, even if they're not if they don't provide a chat style interface inherently. And the last one here is the web search agent, which will take a query, search Google, and then scrape the contents of the top results. And you can specify how many results you want. And then we'll use that then as context for our chat. So the top here, we're just setting up some API keys and setting up our instances, our class instances. And then we've got the main bit right here. So this is our submit chat message endpoint. And what we do is first we take, we formulate a query for the chat that says, come up with a Google search query that will provide more information to help answer the question, which we just posed, and respond with only the query. So this is just to formulate, if we have a lot of context, we're trying to simplify and figure out, use the model to figure out what the best query might be to answer our question. So in this case, the query was simply Canada News Today. And you notice that's simpler than the full question that we posed in our prompt. Next thing, we just call the Google search agent, and that returns all the results. And we iterate through those results and append the contents to the chatbot message queue, which gives the chatbot all the context it needs to answer the original question. And so finally, we ask the original question message, which was passed in as arguments to this endpoint, plus answer using the information from the search results above. And the reason we do that is because we've annotated the role for the content of the scrape to be search result. So hopefully it will reference the information from that section of the context. So I hope you enjoyed this little demo. If you want to check out phasellm, please feel free to do so. We're looking for feedback, and thank you so much for watching.